Hello, TGIF, Daily Dose of Danny followers. I haven't showered. I haven't done shit. I'm still in my pajamas. Leah was supposed to have online virtual orientation this morning, and it's like such false advertising. It's really not this morning. You just have to have all your stuff done online, your preparation done by 10, which is when we thought orientation was. And if it was done by 10, then they schedule you a time for class selection and meeting with an advisor. Her time's at 3 o'clock, so it was all that for nothing. But we're ready. We're set. 3 o'clock. Going to choose some classes. Thank you to Sandy. She sent home some invitations, so now I can send out more invitations. Leah's got her stack of 5 thank you cards going. Okay, so I wrote some notes because, you know, it's Friday and we got to cover some shit. So I forgot to talk about DACA yesterday, Supreme Court ruling against Trump's fucking bullshit to try to get rid of DACA. And they sided with DACA, so DACA, the Dreamers, it's step 1 of 20. But still, Supreme Court made a ruling, and it's a good ruling. And, you know, there needs to be a path to citizenship for these Dreamers. It's got to happen, and we got to get cracking on this. So another reason to make sure you vote all the down ballot items in November for your senators, your congressmen, your state legislators. Every down ballot item, all of this plays into everything that happens at the federal level. So let's get out there and vote. If you're not registered, register. California is making vote by mail available to everyone, and you know, I'm a big fan of that. So the idiot's having his rally tomorrow in Tulsa. Here's the slogan: come for the racism, stay for the plague. It's going to be a shit show with all those people, unmasked, no doubt, clogged in together. I know a bunch of people that sent away for tickets to the rally with no intention of going, just to like up the numbers, because, you know, he loves to inflate the numbers, that asshole. And he's saying, you know, 8 bajillion, sextillion, quadrillion people want tickets. There's so many people. Everybody wants tickets. And they can only fit a certain amount of people. What is it, 20,000 or something like that? But half of the people that ask for tickets, more than half probably, are just bullshitting him. I mean, I don't know that it was a great technique, but I like it. It's funny. But they put an ad out too on like Craigslist to get actors and people to come to the rally to fill up the place, because, you know, his ego's so fucking fragile. So today's Juneteenth. It's the day that we celebrate that all slaves are free. Now, obviously, the Emancipation Proclamation happened, and that freed all the slaves, but, you know, the country wasn't as it is now, and information traveled at a different speed. So it took 2 years for Texas to announce that the slaves were free in different states. So the Juneteenth celebration is something that happened on the DL, and now it's, you know, recognized. They're trying to make it into a federal holiday. There's only 3 states that don't acknowledge Juneteenth: Hawaii, North Dakota, and South Dakota. I say, get cracking. I saw something on Twitter to get rid of Columbus Day as a federal holiday and make Juneteenth a federal holiday, and I'm for that. I like that idea. Maybe that'll be on a ballot someday. We can vote on it. There's all this stuff going around about how Black Lives Matter is bullshit. It should be all lives matter. And there's a lot of things I post on my Facebook, repost on my Facebook, shared on my Facebook, about how all lives matter is just a convenient way to stay stuck in your racism. So I encourage you to read some of those things. Yesterday, Amy Klobuchar bowed out of the VP nominating, or VP even VP consideration because she says it should be a woman of color. I appreciate that she bowed out. I agree with her that it should be a woman of color. I saw Kamala Harris on Stephen Colbert. I just think she's brilliant and she's very eloquent and she's, you know, part of the resistance, and I just love her. I'd like to see Biden-Harris ticket. It's Father's Day weekend, Sunday, Father's Day. I already told you we got Boyd his gifts, but you know, we figured he'd want to go water skiing, but I guess he might not. That they might try to go tomorrow because his water skiing buddy's busy on Sunday. So that's going to fuck up Boyd's dream Father's Day, which is water skiing. That's his dream every day. But so we'll see how that works out. I'll have to do something else if he doesn't go water skiing. Hopefully he doesn't choose something else he likes, which is motorcycle riding, because that's exclusive of all of us, and it's supposed to be celebrating him being a father, not just being Boyd. Do you know what I mean? So the Stockhams have a water leak. We get a phone call, voicemail from the city of Santa Rosa saying, you know, essentially what the fuck's going on at your house. You guys are pushing out 150 gallons of water every hour on the hour, even overnight. So we got some people up here to look around, see if they can figure something out. Turns out, get ready for this, the leak is in the main water pipe underneath the pool house. I got skids all over my face. Dry skin and all kinds of shit. It's from wearing a mask. I'm telling you, all this is from wearing masks. It's okay. I sacrifice my skin for my safety. So underneath the pool house. So in order to fix it, this is what they're going to have to do. They have to dig out all of the landscaping that's around the back of the pool house. They got to dig up the path, because we have a path that leads right past the pool house up to the top of our property. Dig that up. They have to dig up, take out a whole section of tile that's like the patio behind the pool house where all the pool equipment is. Take out the air conditioner to the pool house. And these big, huge water, we have like 3 big like water tanks kind of thing, like in case there was a fire and, you know, the water was shut off, we could use that, I guess, to hose down our house. I don't know. All that has to be removed. The concrete foundation for that patio has to be dug up, the pipe repaired, and then all of it put back. And it needs to be put back in the condition that it was originally found. So, chop, chop. And this is on the builder, so all this is starting on Monday, all this work. And like Boyd said, I don't want my shit torn up by the 4th of July, so it needs to be done essentially in a week. So that's a nightmare. And I want to see a show of hands who thinks it's going to be done before the 4th of July. Put back the way we want it, the way they found it. My hand is not up. Okay, so it's Surge City out there. Surges are everywhere. And I just don't understand what the big fucking deal is with wearing a mask. Why are people so personalizing this so much? Like it's so restrictive and so offensive and so against their human rights. Why do they think that? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's just not about you. It's about everyone else. Quit being a dick and put your fucking mask on. These people showing up at restaurants and saying they're not putting masks on, you're an asshole. Showing up at businesses where it clearly says you cannot come in if you don't wear a mask, and they're like, you know, it's my right. It's not your fucking right. Your right is not, these are not violating your rights. These are the rules. Follow the rules or get the fuck out. So irritated by it. So I saw this thing, which I really like. I also cross-posted this on my Facebook. It says, until you fix your heart and address it in your home, nothing will change in the world. Until you fix your heart and address it in your home, nothing will change in the world. It's deep. Simple, but deep. So here's some words everyone should look up. Implicit bias, systemic racism, anti-racist, and Juneteenth. Get yourself well versed on those things. Implicit bias, systemic racism, anti-racist, and Juneteenth. Now, my cousin sent me this video of this woman speaking at like a city council meeting. And the plan was for me to play that video and talk about it as it was going on. Kind of like Callan does for the Ellen show. And I don't know if you've ever seen Callan, but he's freaking awesome. But I'm not savvy enough to figure out how to do that, how to show the video and show me talking about the video. So I asked her to email me the video, because if she emails it to me, then I can do a video cast. And if that happens, then Monday is going to be fun, because this video is unreal. And I have so much to say about it. Okay, so do your homework for the weekend. Implicit bias, systemic racism, anti-racist, and Juneteenth. And then we'll reconvene on Monday and talk about that. And I'll show you this video. Hopefully I can video cast it and you can watch my comments. Have a great weekend. It's going to be so sunny and hot here in Northern California in the 90s. We're going to be outside. We're going to be poolside. We're going to be celebrating Boyd Lee Stockham, Father of the Year. I mean, I'm Mother of the Year, so it only makes sense that he'd be Father of the Year, right? And without him, I wouldn't be a mother. So, do you know what I mean? It's going to be a big celebration. Okie dokie. That's where we are. That's what we got. Okay, I don't have anything else. Dang it. But, oh, wait, I forgot to do my Knowing God for Girls on the 19th. Let's see what it is. I think I previewed it yesterday and I liked it. It's knowing God by serving Him. We don't have the right to claim that we have done anything on our own. God gives us what it takes to do all that we do. That's 2 Corinthians 3:5. Okay, so here's the thing. Muhammad Ali was the world champion boxer who used to proclaim, "I am the greatest." Yeah, humility was not his strongest point, at least when it came to his boxing skills. People who brag about themselves, their successes, or their abilities are no fun to be around. The thing is, no one really has anything to brag about because no one can take credit for their abilities or successes. Everything comes from God, everything. Sure, you may work to develop and strengthen your abilities, things like athletic abilities or musical talent, but the basic talent and even the strength and drive to develop it comes from God. No person has any reason to brag about anything. Instead, give praise and thanks to God for what He has given you. So here's the challenge point. God made you who you are. Whatever talents you have were planted in you by Him. He made you able to do what you can do. He wants you to use your skills for Him. That may mean something as simple and easy as giving Him the credit for your success instead of holding a hooray for me party. So this kind of goes to what I said yesterday about that I felt like my daughter was squandering her gifts. And I guess this simply by thanking God for the gifts is good enough for Him. And when I inserted myself in front of that, saying, you know, you're squandering them, you need to use them, you need to go as far as you can go, take them to the highest level that you can take them, that was about me, and that wasn't the intention. So the fact that this came up the day after I said all that stuff, ironic? I don't know. I also saw that my cousin posted a thing about journaling, and I don't know if I talked about this before, but I've always had a diary or a journal. I write down everything, a lot of stuff, always, constantly. Even if it's just little shit like this, I save it. You know, I wrote letters to my daughters every day on their birthdays, and I was putting a book together. Actually, when the fire happened, it was right before Leah's birthday, the day of her birthday, actually. And I was putting together her book because I was going to give them each their book on their 18th birthday. So they would have these letters, 18 letters that I wrote a letter to them each day on their birthday. Plus all my blogs and stuff like that, like I saved it. I've always done that kind of stuff my whole life. I remember when I got my first diary and I was so excited. Anyways, all that stuff's gone. Everything's gone. The evidence of all of that. Baby books, the birthing book where we journaled everything that happened in Grace's birth, all the letters. Some of them I was able to find on my computer, but my computer burned, and of course that wasn't backed up any special way, so that was my bad. But now I back it up every month onto a different situation so I can grab it. It's in the cloud. Hello, whatever's going on up there. But anyways, so I saw that she got a new journal and she's going to start journaling because it's important to do that. At a time like this, you know, when we're quarantined and sheltering in place, that was a great time to start journaling. And there are a lot of thoughts. Of course, I started vlogging, which is my voice, kind of like my out loud journaling. But anyways, I posted a picture on my Facebook page of my family, quote unquote, with my parents and all my sisters, you know, from a long time ago. And I referred to my life as Dysfunction Junction. I said that's going to be the title of my book, and I need some background music for the movie that's going to come out, The Story of My Life, because I'm really that important. Kidding. And maybe we could rewrite the words to the Petticoat Junction song. Does anyone know Petticoat Junction? Or I'm just old as fuck and nobody knows that. Anyways, it was funny. It was a thought I had. It's actually not the title of my book. The title of my book is Leveled, which is a reference to, well, first of all, my birth side's Libra, which we know is the scales, the leveling of the scales, but also leveled like, you know, the beat down and the build up, you know, and there's been a lot of beat down. So anyways, still writing. Sometimes I just sit down and write freaking 4,000 words, and then I don't look at it again for months and months and months. It's going to take me 10 years to write this book, but that's okay, because life's still happening. So there's always going to be something that happens in life, and then you have a reference point to something that happened before, and then you can bring that together. So I'm not in a rush, per se, but I have been writing the book since the fire. I mean, I started writing it before the fire, but I lost all that, so then I had to recreate it. Luckily, some of it was saved on my phone in the notes. I remember I was on a flight once, and I was writing in the note section, just writing like a crazy person. And this woman, the flight attendant, came up to me, and she goes, what are you doing? Like, you're really intently writing and writing and writing. What are you writing? Something? And I go, yeah, actually, I'm writing a book. She goes, oh, what is it about? Like, you're really into it. I go, story of my life, not really that exciting. But anyways, I had like in my notes section on my phone, literally when I typed it out, when I transcribed it it was like, 2,000 words. Like, I was writing like a crazy person. I didn't even know where I was flying from. Anyways, interesting shit that no one cares about except me. Okay, so I don't even know what time it is because I don't have my watch on and I can't check the time, but it's the time of the day where I need to go shower and do a little workout. I'm going to try to do a little something. I had to go get a test yesterday. I told you guys this. But when I stood up, I was in the waiting room. When I stood up to go get the test, like my knee gave out and I like jerked like that. And the guy was like, are you okay? And I literally, it flashed in my head, I need a fucking cane. Like sometimes my limbs do not cooperate with me, and I'm in that right now where my limbs are just not, I don't know if it's a disconnect from here to them or if it's just they're weak. I don't know what's going on. But counter to that, I was listening to my book. I'm still listening to that Eleanor and Hick book. Her name's Lorena Hickok, in case I said her name wrong, and I think I might have said it was Hickman or Hickam. It's a Lorena Hickok. That's Eleanor's lover. But I was sitting there and I had my legs up and I was like, what is that on my thigh? It's a muscle. I made muscles in my legs. I have not had muscles in my legs for a long time. These are just squishy little spongy things that hang down from my waist. Do you know what I mean? Like the working out and the swimming, it's making muscles. It's exciting. Okay. I watched a movie last night, Private Parts, the Howard Stern movie. It's old as fuck nuts, but anyways, it was funny and interesting. I mean, I'm not a Howard Stern person. Like my mother-in-law loves him. My friend Kelly, she just doesn't miss a day listening to him. I mean, he's all right. I liked it when he was on America's Got Talent. I don't know. It's just, I mean, I'm not like Pollyanna or anything, but some of the things he does are really vulgar. And I don't know. I don't like that kind of stuff. Sorry. Anyways, the movie was good. It was interesting. Boyd watched it with me, but then he was like, honey, I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. And I get it. You know, he works like fucking a long day. So, anyways, that's it. That's all I got. 20 minutes. Okay, I love you guys. TGIF, celebrate your fathers this weekend or your husbands, or if your dads are gone, I'm sorry. If you love them, that's awesome. My dad's here. He doesn't give a half a shit about us. That's on him. Doesn't know his grandkids, doesn't know his great-grandkids. Again, that shit's on him. I can't change that. I can't fix that. And I can't dedicate any time to that. I'm amazing. I have an amazing husband who's the father to my 2 amazing children. Like, we did our thing. We held up our end of the deal. Okay, love you. Bye.